Joseph Royer designed this charming little cottage for his mother-in-law, Ella Danley, in 1923. Ella's husband, Alfred, was a Methodist minister, and the two made sure that their daughters were well educated, sending Adelaide and Nell off to Northwestern University. For a brief time after graduation, Adelaide taught elocution at Chaddock College in Quincy, Illinois, where her father served as president. Soon after, though, the family moved to Urbana, where Adelaide met and married architect Joseph Royer in 1902. She continued to write poetry and often did dramatic readings for special events around town. The families drew close, and Adelaide's brother became a partner with Joseph in his architectural firm.
Following the Reverend Danley's death in 1918, the Royers had to find a home for their widowed mother and decided that the best location was right under their noses, especially since Adelaide's brother lived right next door. Completed in 1923, it was designed in the English cottage style with a touch of whimsy. The house is very small and has smooth stone walls with a rough-cut stone foundation. The most important features of the home are the arched eyebrow entranceway and the chimney finished in stucco with randomly placed fieldstones. As was typical, the roof was steeply pitched, and some sections use a faux thatched look, with exaggerated rounded edges to evoke the homes of British countryside. The house has a large front yard surrounded by a wooden fence.
In 1925, Adelaide wrote a children's story called The Fairy Book, illustrated by her sister, Nell Brooker Mayhew, who was by then a nationally known painter. Fairies were quite popular in the 1920s, especially after Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, published a story about them with photographs in the Christmas edition of the Strand magazine. That the esteemed author believed in them opened the doors for other writers and artists to follow with their own books. Adelaide and Nell, however, were not seeking to cash in on a trend and only printed around 100 copies of their book. Its pictures were inspired by their mother's cottage and the surrounding gardens, and the two main characters were named after Nell's daughters. In later years, Adelaide would invite local school children out to readings of the fairy book held in the cottage. Do you believe in fairies? The place still has a special magic, and maybe, if you look closely as day turns to evening, you can catch a fleeting glimpse of one in the garden.